Hey guys, this episode I'm just doing practice to talk about the Heat's issues and what they need to do. Wade's last shot yesterday I thought he should drive to the basket because he can make threes, but it's rare if he ever shoots a three actually. But you know, if Wade is Wade should have been the one taking the last shot. If Bosch was in, you could have had maybe another option. But James was fouled out. Wade was basically the only option because he's the only one who has a lot of experience with late game stuff. And I don't want Udonis Haslem or Mario Chalmers. If I had to, I would have gone to Shane Battier. But, Shane Battier, he has the most experience on the team. Yeah, if I had to, I would have gone to Shane Battier in that situation. Just because he is older, let's say. I'm not going to say he's old because he's not. But, Wade should have took that last shot. I would have said maybe jump into Marquise Daniels, to see if you can get the foul. But you don't know if the refs were going to call it because of the past calls they had made. You just didn't know. But, that's enough with that. But he should have drove, or at least gotten a jump shot, not a three. They said Bosch might be able to play in Game 5. Would I reactivate him? I would, because he gives you an inside post player. He's basically a Kevin Garnett for your team. He can knock down jumpers when you need it. He can play in the post. And he can create outside shots, which the Heat have really needed. But, I would reactivate him. I hope they do reactivate him. But the problem is, I wouldn't want him to be hesitant. I don't want him to be hesitant. What I don't want him to do is go out there and play conservative because of his injury. I want you to be bang, bang, bang. I know what decisions I'm going to make. Can't talk today. I don't want you to play scared like. I want you to go out there, have your mind made, and play like you do if you're healthy. But I don't want you to re-injure yourself. I don't want you to be so stupid you re-injure yourself. I don't want that to happen. But what I don't want to happen is you go out there and play light. I want you to go hard, but don't re-injure yourself. Let's talk about that foul LeBron committed that supposedly made him foul out. I don't think he should have fouled out. That was the biggest flop I've ever seen by Michael Petras. I just don't know what else to call it. That's the biggest flop I have probably ever seen. I'm not gonna lie. But LeBron did back into him, but it was probably the biggest flop I have ever seen. So, that's enough with that topic. So, those are basically all the Heat's problems. Let's go back to the Celtics. Let's go to the Celtics problems. Paul Pierce has got to quit fouling out. He's fouled out in the last 3 of 5 games. He can't foul out anymore. The Celtics need him in these late game situations, especially if these games keep going to overtime, because they cannot win every game that goes to overtime without him. If they go into an overtime game, Game 5, the Heat are probably going to win if Paul Pierce fouls out. But, it's hard to imagine 2 of the best players on their team fouling out, knowing that their team needs them so bad, having to foul out. The refs should have just, on that foul that Shane Battier, that Paul Pierce fouled out on, they were fighting for position. Let them play, refs. Let them play. And on the play, LeBron fouled out on. Fighting for position. Let them play. Let the people play. Not everything has to be a foul. Now, I admit, tomorrow when they go back to Miami, it's going to be some of the worst calls you've ever seen. I'm just saying. But it doesn't mean that the Miami refs don't let them play from time to time. They let them fight for position. The double foul that they called on KG and LeBron, that they should have just let them play on. But they didn't. They had to call a double foul. Boston refs suck. You rarely see a double foul because most refs let the people play when they're fighting for position. You let them play. You don't do what you did to LeBron and Kevin Garnett. You don't call a double foul. You don't do it. That's all the problems for both teams. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll just let you watch some practice gameplay.